What's up, everybody? This is Mr. Williams, and I'm coming at you with another video on simplifying radicals. So I already made a video showing you how to break it down, how to factor it. Today's video is going to be about this index up here in the corner. That 4, I've got a 5 right there, a 6 right there. What is that number? That's a weird number. What do I do with that? Well, all that number tells you is how many factors should be in a group. So you break it down like normal, but if your index is 4, then you got to group 4 factors together. If your index is 6, then you group 6 factors together, and that's how you know what goes on the outside. All right, so let's just do one. Let's just jump in so you can see what it looks like. Let's look at this one right here. So this is the 5th root of 224 times p to the 5th power. Okay, so I'm not going to even worry about this index yet. Don't even sweat the index. Go ahead and break this down the way we already know. So let's do 28 times 8. You could have used other factors. You'll get the same answer. That's 14 times 2. And 4 times 2. 2 times 2. 7 times 2. All right, cool. And my p's, go ahead and write those out. And 5. I wrote 5 of them because it's to the 5th power. Now we need our index. Our index is going to tell us how to group all this stuff together. All right, so let's get ready to put our answer together. Now, I need to figure out what's going to go outside and what's going to go inside. Well, I see I got a bunch of 2's here. So I'm going to group all 5 of these 2's. How did I know I should group 5 of them? Because that was my index. That's what the index tells you. The index is just some directions. It tells you exactly what to do. So it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 2's. So now I'm going to put 1, 2 on the outside. You're probably thinking, well, why should you put 1, 2 when you group 5 of them? It's because you count the group. You don't count each individual 2. You count the group. So I've got one group. So I'm going to put 1, 2. Right? Now, I've also got 5 p's already done for me. So that's one group of 5. So 1 p. It's not p to the 5th power, it's 1 p. It's one group of p's. All right, so now what are we left with? We're left with the 7. We're not left with the 14, we broke it down. We broke down the 4 and this and that. Only thing we're left with is the 7. So what do you do with the 7? Put it under the radical. It stays under the radical. Can't come out because it's an irrational number. We don't know what it is anyway, so let's just leave it. And now put our index back up there in the answer, and we're done. We simplified it. Now, why do you put it in groups of 5? You have to put it in groups of 5 just to remove the radical. I won't explain all of that right now. That's another video. But for the sake of this video, if the index is 5, you group them by 5. If the index is 6, group them by 6. If the index is 19, group them by 19. All right, let's look at another example really quickly. So here, our index is 7. So what does that mean? That means we're going to group them by 7s. So let's just break down 896. That's a large number, but we can break it down. Let's do 128 times 7. And you could just kind of play around with your calculator to figure out what you can divide it by. But if you don't know, 896 is an even number, so you can always divide it by 2. Whoa, don't need a Netflix email. All right, let's break down the 128. 64 by 2. 64 times 2. Break this down 8 times 8. Break that down 4 times 2. We're doing a whole lot of breaking down. That's fine. It was a big number. And lastly, let's break down this 2, 2, 2, and 2. All right. Now, we only got one R, so 1 R. That's supposed to be an R. Okay. So let's go ahead and break this thing down. We've factored it, and now let's put our answer together. Don't worry about the -3 that's in the front. We're going to deal with this last. But all you do is you just multiply your answer by -3. But we'll deal with that last. So here, let's group this thing by 7. I see I got a bunch of 2's, so I'm probably going to have 7 2's in a group. So let's see, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. There they are. I know that's a funky looking shape, but that's all 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So I've got one group of 2s. Bam. The radical is canceled for that, so 2 goes on the outside. What are we left with? We're left with a 7 again. Well, so 7, we can't group that, so that goes out. I'm sorry, that goes back inside. The R, we couldn't group it. It's only one of them. Index tells me I got to have 7 in a group. So if it's only one, can't come out, stays. Put our index up there. So now we're done. Except now we got to multiply by -3. Well, that's simple. You just do 2 times -3, -6 times the 7th root of 7r. We're done. All right, so key things to remember. Break it down like normal. The index tells you how to group it. So group it according to the index. If there's a number in front, multiply it at the end. Don't even worry about it yet. So have fun with these and hit me up if you got questions.